A'ja Wilson is the greatest player on the planet, but the WNBA is actively trying to erase her legacy right before our eyes. The league has decided that her dominance is boring, and they are ready to trade her history for a handful of rookie highlights. This is a total meltdown of respect, and the reputation of the front office is now in ruins. We are witnessing a professional hit job on a player's career that should be celebrated as the gold standard. Instead, the league is treating her like a relic of the past while she is still in her absolute prime. Before we reveal the secret meetings that changed everything, you need to join the inner circle. Subscribe right now and hit the hype button to support our investigations against the league narrative. Join the truth seekers by using the super thanks so we can keep exposing what the WNBA wants to hide from the casual fans. Our weekly documentaries go deeper than any sports network would ever dare to go. You are either with the truth or you are part of the problem the league is creating. The disrespect started in the dark corners of the league office long before the season even tipped off. Internal memos show that the marketing budget for A'ja Wilson was slashed by 40% compared to last year. The league decided to gamble everything on the hope that Caitlin Clark and Reese would carry the torch. They did not care that A'ja was coming off a championship and putting up numbers that we have never seen before. They wanted a new face, and they wanted it fast. So they buried the most consistent winner in the game. Locker room leaks from Las Vegas confirm that A'ja is feeling the heat of this betrayal every single day. She walks into arenas where her face is no longer on the posters, even though she is the reigning MVP candidate. The league is acting like she does not exist because her excellence does not fit the drama they want to sell. They want rivalries and shit-talking, but A'ja just wants to win, and that makes her a target for the front office. They see her as an obstacle to the new era they are trying to force down our throats. But what the cameras missed during the All-Star break was a heated confrontation between A'ja and league officials. She demanded to know why her brand was being suppressed, while rookies with 0 wins were getting national commercials. The response she got was cold and calculated, telling her that the market has shifted away from her style of play. This was a direct slap in the face to a woman who has carried this league through its darkest times. They told the greatest player in the world that she was no longer the priority because she was not trendy enough for the new fans. The league is also using the whistle to slow her down and keep the spotlight on the players they want to win. Referees have been given unofficial instructions to be tighter on A'ja in the paint to keep her scoring down. They want to manufacture a close race for the MVP so they can keep the ratings high for the final weeks of the season. It is a disgusting display of manipulation that ruins the integrity of the game we love. A'ja is fighting against the players on the court and the officials who are paid to hold her back. Brand deals are also disappearing as corporate sponsors take their cues from the league's cold shoulder. A'ja was recently passed over for a major shoe campaign that was originally promised to her months ago. The company pivoted to a rookie who has not even made a playoff appearance yet. This is how the league ruins a reputation, by making it look like the player is losing their touch. They are cutting off her resources and making her feel like an outsider in her own house. The media is the biggest accomplice in this crime against basketball history. They spend hours talking about what a rookie had for breakfast while ignoring A'ja dropping 40 points in a blowout. It is a coordinated effort to make sure the public forgets who the real queen of the court is. They are building a false narrative that the league was nothing before the current class arrived. This is a lie that spits on every bucket A'ja has ever scored and every trophy she has raised. What the league does not realize is that they are playing a dangerous game with their most loyal locker rooms. Other veterans are seeing how A'ja is being treated, and they are starting to revolt behind the scenes. There is a massive divide between the players who built this league and the ones the league is trying to gift wrap for the fans. This toxic environment is creating a toxic locker room cancer that will eventually destroy the chemistry of the entire WNBA. The front office is so focused on the new money that they are burning down the foundation of the sport. The league office is acting like a toxic vet who is afraid of being replaced, so they try to ruin the next person. Except in this case, the league is trying to ruin the person who is already at the top. It's a backward strategy that only a corrupt organization would try to pull off. They are gaslighting the fans into thinking that A'ja is somehow less relevant than she was 2 years ago. They are using stats that don't matter to cover up the truth about her absolute dominance. A'ja is the victim of a political machine that cares more about social media followers than triple-doubles. The league has become a circus where the loudest voices get the most minutes on the screen. They have turned a professional sport into a reality show, and A'ja refuses to play the character they want. Because she will not be the villain they need her to be, they have decided to make her invisible. This is the ultimate betrayal of a player who has given her life to the game. We have seen this before in other sports, but never this aggressively or this fast. The league is trying to skip the natural progression of greatness to get to the payday at the end. They are willing to sacrifice A'ja Wilson's legacy if it means they can sell a few more jerseys for a rookie. It's a short-sighted move that will leave them with a hollow product once the hype dies down. You cannot build a future on a foundation of lies and disrespect for your best talent. The locker room footage that hasn't been released shows A'ja sitting alone after games while the media rushes to the other side of the hall. She sees the cameras turning away from her, and she knows exactly what is happening. The silence from the league office when she breaks another record is deafening. They do not celebrate her because her success proves that their new narrative is a total sham. Every time she wins, she makes the front office look like they have no idea what they are doing. There was a moment during a recent road trip where a league executive was overheard saying that A'ja is a problem for their growth. They think her winning too much is making the league look predictable, and they want chaos instead. They are actively rooting against the Aces because a dynasty is hard to sell to fans who just want to see three-pointers and highlights. This is the level of corruption that should make every sports fan sick to their stomach. They are trying to fix the outcome of history to satisfy a balance sheet. The technical fouls being called on A'ja this season are at an all-time high for her career. This is not because she's playing more aggressively, but because the league is trying to build a narrative that she's frustrated. They want to show her losing her cool so they can justify moving her out of the spotlight. They are trying to manufacture a downfall that doesn't exist in reality. It's a fake story created in a boardroom to help the new stars look more professional by comparison. The veterans in the league are exhausted from seeing this play out night after night. They know that if it can happen to A'ja Wilson, it can happen to any of them at any time. The trust between the players and the league has been completely broken by this push for the rookies. There is a sense of dread in the locker rooms because the meritocracy of the WNBA is dead. It is no longer about who is the best player, but who is the best for the ratings. A'ja has tried to stay professional and keep her head down, but the pressure is becoming too much to handle. She is being asked to mentor the very people the league is using to replace her. It's a sick joke that the front office thinks she should be happy about this transition. They are asking her to help build the house that they are going to lock her out of. No other superstar in the history of sports has been asked to do something so disrespectful. The truth is, the league is terrified of what happens if A'ja keeps winning. If she wins another championship, it proves that the old guard is still the elite force in the world. That would ruin the marketing plan for the next 5 years, which is built entirely on the rookie class. They need her to lose so they can claim that the game has passed her by. They are desperate for a changing of the guard, even if they have to force it with their own hands. The leaked audio from a recent coaches meeting reveals that some teams are being encouraged to play more physical against A'ja. The league wants to see her get tired and worn down so she doesn't look as dominant on the national stage. They are literally putting her physical safety at risk just to create a more compelling story for the casual viewers. This is a total collapse of leadership from the top down, and it shows how little they value their players. A'ja Wilson is not just a player, she is the heart of the league, and they are trying to rip that heart out. They are replacing it with a plastic version that looks good on a smartphone screen but has no substance. The fans who have been here from the start can see right through the facade. We know that 40 points from A'ja is worth more than 100 highlights from a rookie who cannot play defense. But the league does not care about the purists. They only care about the clicks. This investigation has shown that the disrespect is not a mistake or a coincidence. It is a planned attack on the legacy of a woman who worked too hard for them to ignore. The league office is the villain of this story, and they are acting like a toxic teammate who steals the ball just to miss the shot. They are sabotaging their own product because they are greedy and out of touch with the reality of the game. A'ja Wilson is the hero who is being pushed off the stage before her time is up. The brand deal she is losing and the media coverage she is missing are just the beginning of the end. The league will keep pushing her further into the background until she is just a footnote in their new history book. They are rewriting the rules of the WNBA to make sure that people like A'ja cannot stay at the top forever. It is a disgusting way to treat a legend, and it will come back to haunt the league in the long run. You cannot disrespect greatness and expect to stay great yourself. The final buzzer is approaching for the league's credibility, and they are failing the test. They have turned their back on the person who carried them when nobody else was watching. Now that the world is finally tuning in, they want to show off someone else. It is the ultimate betrayal, and A'ja Wilson is the one paying the price for the league's lack of loyalty. They are the architects of a disaster that is going to blow up in their faces when the rookies cannot live up to the impossible hype. A'ja Wilson will go down as one of the greatest to ever play, but the league will go down as the ones who tried to stop her. They have chosen their side, and it is not the side of basketball excellence. It is the side of corporate greed and fake narratives that do not hold up under pressure. The reputation of the WNBA is in the trash, and they have nobody to blame but themselves for how they treated their MVP. They thought they could move on without a scratch, but the truth is finally coming out for everyone to see. The league thought they could quiet the storm by ignoring the best player in the world. They were wrong, because the fans who truly love this game will never forget who the real queen is. A'ja Wilson is the architect of her own greatness, and the league is just the guest in the house she built. They can try to take the lights away, but her game shines brighter than any marketing campaign they could ever dream of. The disrespect is documented, and the betrayal is confirmed as the league continues its path of self-destruction. A'ja Wilson is dominating, and the league moved on because they are too weak to handle her greatness. They would rather have a marketable lie than an undeniable truth that requires them to respect a veteran. This is the end of the WNBA as we knew it, and the beginning of a manufactured era that will never feel real. The front office has made their choice, and now they have to live with the consequences of turning their back on the GOAT. A'ja Wilson is still here, and she is not going anywhere, even if the league tries to lock the doors. The WNBA is officially a league that values hype over buckets and stories over stats. They have betrayed their history and their hero for a chance at a bigger paycheck. A'ja Wilson is the last of a dying breed of players who care about the game more than the fame. It is a sad day for basketball when the best player is the one being punished for being too good. The league office has proven they are the ultimate locker room cancer, and their treatment of A'ja is the proof.